Cactus and Succulent growers, I'm Lynn and welcome to Desert Plants of Avalon by the sea. And today's video is going to be a complete tour and a bit of an update on the cacti and succulents that I have outdoors here in my coastal garden in Ireland. And those of you who've been following my channel for a while will know that we're currently waiting on a new greenhouse being built, which hopefully be within another couple of months. And in the meantime, we have the majority of the cacti and succulents that are going to be going into the greenhouse out here in our coastal garden, enjoying the amazing spring and summer that we have had this year, 2025. It's been out of this world. It's just like the Mediterranean, guys. Cacti are loving it. We also have quite a few other cacti and succulents indoors as well. They're probably going to be staying indoors. But this is going to be just showing you what we've got here in our coastal garden. And as I say, great to film it while they're out here before we get the greenhouse. So guys, sit back, make yourself a nice cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever it is you like to drink, and enjoy the little update tour. Here I've got one of my steno cactus here, and this is often known as the organ pipe cactus. This one I've had for a very long time, loving it there in the sun. And here is one of my pilosa cereus, and this one is sort of got lovely woolly cephalium. It normally flowers for me every single year, sometimes sort of now and then again in the August. I'm hoping it will still flower. Obviously, because I've had to move the plants multiple times, because when we have had a wee bit of rain, I've had to protect them. So maybe the moving around may have disturbed it this year, not sure, but it's getting tons of sun there and it's loving it. Now this is my Euphorbia tiracali, loving it in that spot because it does like a little bit more shade, so it's handy here with the bushes, thriving there with the lovely sun. My clyster cactus here. This is doing very well, loving that position. And we actually had a bout of heavy rain last night after quite a few weeks of practically no rain or very little. So they've all had a really good watering, and believe it or not, they've actually really plumped up today. So it's a good time to do the video while they're not looking as wrinkly and shriveled. So they're plumped up nicely. A Puntia consolea there, often known as the roadkill cactus because of its flattened stems. My Puntia siculata, that is loving being outdoors this year. I was hoping it was going to send out a flower like it did a couple of years ago, and it hasn't flowered, but there's still plenty of time yet. This one I've had for about 30 years, long time. One of my Trichocereus scopolycolas, the big 4 big stems all growing. This one I've had for a long time. They're actually taken on a bit of a yellowish appearance because it's very sunny and they're sun lovers. But this year, guys, I'm not kidding you, for Ireland we have had the sunniest spring and summer with heat waves, very hot, than I can ever remember since I've been here. I think ever. It's been amazing. The last time I remembered something so hot was in 1976 when I was a little one. And one of our puntias here. This one is doing really well here. Great one. More puntias. There. Oh, yeah. A puntia. And this just reminds me of Puntia purgeriana here, which is a lovely sharp razor. Big awesome spines. Another one of our puntias here. Got a mixture of quite a few. They're loving it here in the garden. Hiding there. And then here we have got some couple of our Cereus spiralis. We've got a larger one at the top, which I'm going to show you, and another Trichocereus here. Trichocereus, big ones, lots of different types. More scopolycolas, Trichocereus candy cans there, and more puntias all jotted about. Some agaves and sempervivums as well. We've got here Sempervivum Big Sam that I got from Ziggy, and Sempervivums that I got from Danny as well, from his lovely late friends Linda and Paul. They're all thriving there in that position. So then I'm going to take you now back down this bottom part. There's a lot in this garden, guys, so it'll be a very long video. Now then, I have got my aloes sort of hidden a little bit here because Obviously we haven't really done much with the garden. This is all brambles, but this is all going to be coming away when we get the greenhouse, so why spend time doing it all when it's all going to be took away soon anyway. This is one of my aloes I've grown from seed here. There's quite a few in the pot, and I grown these from seed probably about 10 years ago, so these obviously is going to need to have a bigger pot in the future because it's growing pretty good. More puntias here. Santa Rita takes on this gorgeous and lovely deep burgundy reddy colour in full sun. Another one I've got down there, and I actually pruned back all of the opuntias just before we moved over 3 months ago because it was going to be much easier for transporting them, but it's done them the world of good because they're looking so much healthier. No mealy bugs or anything like that now. They're so clean since they've been outdoors in the fresh coastal air, and they've all been sending out lots of new shoots there, as you can see, new pads growing. Biggest challenges I think I've mentioned in a few of the videos has been the annoying slugs and snails, but you know, they're doing pretty good despite that. And this lovely opuntia, it's a cristata one, and that is all this new growth is starting to revert back to its normal growth, which you can prune it back, but I sort of like it looking a bit wacky like that. Here are more opuntias. My very old Echinopsis oxygona that I've had for a very long time, and this is actually 70 years old, guys, over that in fact, and I was very happy to see that it was developing a bud for the first time a few weeks ago, but as you can see that's not got any bigger, so I doubt if it's going to get bigger now. I think it's probably just been too, you know, I have been watering this as well because it has been so dry up until last night, but I think I don't want to touch it, but I can't see that developing, which is a shame, but it's one of them things. And more Echinopsis here, mixture of different types here, lots of opuntias as well. Oh, loving this lovely sunshine. I'm loving my big agave americana. That does really well in the sun. And another agave here too. And a little Venus flytrap. A bit strange to have with the cacti, but that does love full sun at this time of year. So I've made sure I've been topping that up with rainwater constantly because that is one that does not like to be kept dry. It has to be in water all the time. Here I've got some choyas. Ones you don't want to get too close to, different types of opuntias, tephro cacti. We pruned all these back, as you can see, lots of new growth coming on them now. So they're doing really, really well out here in the sun. And more different types here, all different varieties. And take you around here, lovely sedum all in flower as well. And this one actually, believe it or not, this actually got sunburn. Can you believe sunburn in Ireland? And the sun obviously just magnified and it's burnt off, so I'm going to have to prune this one back. We have had some cacti have some sunburn, guys, because it has been extremely hot with heat waves. Not that I'm complaining, because I'd rather that than constant rain when you've got cacti outside waiting before you can have them into the greenhouse. And different types of opuntias there. More agaves, loving it. Loving it here with the sea air and the sun. Now here on this side here, I've got mostly a lot of my succulents, and the reason why I've got them on this side is it's a little bit more shadier from the sun, because I found my succulents, particularly some of my larger euphorbias, did suffer with a bit of sunburn so far this summer, believe it or not. So I've had to make sure a lot of them are a little bit more shady so they get more later afternoon sun rather than all day. And this is two of my sedum organiums hanging down there. They take on a lovely sort of blush to them as well with the sun. This one is my gorgeous violacea. This is Scilla violacea, and it's sort of semi-succulent. It actually has these little tubers, and it's a gorgeous plant, and never has it had so many stunning flowers. It's absolutely beautiful. As you can see, look at that. It's very special, and the little lovely leaves with the lovely variegation, the dark green and the silvery green. It's a beautiful plant. It's just loving it out here. I normally would have had this when my other house in the Polyton was also shoved a little bit underneath, and it always did okay at flower, but never like this. It's loving it here. And then here I have got 3 of my outdoor bromeliads. These are Dicea fosterianas. And they have never looked so good. They are loving it outdoors here. Wow, they're flourishing, because Obviously I wanted to repot them. It's bursting out of its pot. I remember thinking, oh, I'll repot them when I've got time. But they've just tripled in, well, they're doubled in size. They're absolutely loving this fresh air being out here. And then this pot here, I've got one of my big tall clyster cacti and a Pachysceris pringli together in the pot. And the reason why they're together is I got these two cacti probably about 15 years ago, and they're already together in the same pot. I got it from a gentleman who lived in Howth in Dublin, and I tried to separate them, and the roots were completely tied in together, so I just left it, and they seem to like growing together anyway. So that is also one I've had a long time. Here I have a mixture of many different types of succulents, and it would take me too long to go through everyone, and a lot of them I can't reach. Here is a lot of the echeverias, and they are loving it outdoors. They are bursting into flower, gorgeous colourful flowers. Look at that beautiful orange and lovely sort of egg yellow, gorgeous colours. They've been doing very well out here. Lots of different varieties, as you can see. A mixture of aloes as well. I have quite a few smaller growing aloes indoors because they don't want to. Two reasons. One is that, in my experience, it seemed to prefer a bit more shade. Secondly, the slugs, as I mentioned, have been a pest. So I've had to have some of my creme de la creme Haworthias, Gasterias and aloes inside the house to protect them. And I'll probably keep them in there most of the time. But some of the other ones are a bit more tougher are out here. Lovely crassulas, Crassula ovata. They've took on that gorgeous deep red around the edges because they're loving it here with the lovely sea air and the sun. Doing very well. And we've got two of these, both old. One is mine and one is Hans's. This one is Hans's and this one is mine. Had a very long time. More aloes as well here, more mixture of succulents here. And this aloe has took on a gorgeous red. This is also one I've grown from seed as well. And this has took on a gorgeous, lovely, sort of deepy, salmony pink in the sun. It's gorgeous. Just look at that. Never have I seen such amazing colours on them. It's absolutely thriving. And my other aloe as well. That is gorgeous, the colours on that. Deep red, because even though they're a bit more shadier here, they're still, it's been, as I mentioned, we've had heat waves, it's been so hot and sunny, and they've really responded to that sun. Even though all these would have been in my polytunnel at the other house, they would have had plenty of sun. The polytunnel cover would have had slightly frosted, even though it was quite clear. They're totally exposed out here. Nothing to really protect them because I can't until I get the greenhouse. But that's why they've taken all these colours, but they're doing well. But that's another one of my Trichoceros pacanoides there. And then I have euphorbias. Now this is what I mentioned about sunburn. They're probably in the shadiest part in the garden, but you look at this guys on the back. These are my old euphorbias. Now they will recover, and it's only on the side where they've been hit by the sun with the heat. And I swear guys, because living by the coast, I know we've had it exceptionally sunny this spring and summer for Ireland and the UK, but I'm pretty sure that the sun exposure, the UV light anyway, is far more stronger because we don't have any of the city pollution that we would have had. So it's much stronger. I've never seen cacti and succulents that were getting sunburn as much, and I've been doing everything I can to protect them. And this other big euphorbia as well, inguns. But it's growing, it's taking on new growth, and it will recover. This type of sunburn hasn't gone any further than the out exterior. And if I just show you around the other side here, you'll see how the other side is absolutely perfect. The same with the other euphorbia, because that's the part that the sun hasn't been hitting. But they'll recover, and you know, until we get the greenhouse. These are going to be going in for the winter anyway. These are ones I won't be keeping in the greenhouse because their euphorbias need winter warmth, but they're loving being outdoors in the meantime. Another big crassula here, another ovata bowl, a few different types in there, all crassula ovatas. And that's also taken on that lovely blush colour. And this Haworthia. Now this one here is one that is used to a lot of bright light. So this is one Haworthia that I actually have out, they're kept outdoors. I had it in my polytunnel, got plenty of light, bit more shade here, and it's not one that can be eaten by slugs very easy because it's very hard and sharp. So that's one of the few haworthias I've actually kept outside because it's not an easy one for them to eat, and it's in a bit of a shaded spot here, and that's being an outer flower spike. This one I've had for absolutely years, and I sort of revamped it. Might have been last year or the year before, and it's come back really well. Another one there, that's one of the pups from it. This is a big gasteria. Again, I've kept the ones that are very thick-skinned gasterias and haworthias out in the garden because they're less likely to be attacked by slugs. And in my opinion, they can take the sun better. So they seem to be doing okay, but the fleshier ones I'm protecting indoors. This is a traditional aloe vera there, and some mixture of all different types. Here, this is the lovely Crassula golem. This is Hansi's. He's had for a long time, and it's gorgeous. Look at it. It's beautiful. So, and here more aloes as well, and my Crassula. This is the Fulcata, the propeller plant, and that is coming into bud. Big, full of a bouquet of buds there. So I'm really happy to see that. Now then, this is some more sort of Crassulas and things like that. And Amacanthus as well, which is going also lovely colour with the sun. This is the Crassula. This one, I can never remember the name of this one. Crassula pellucida, and this always goes a gorgeous, deep, plummy red colour in sun. And look at that, also coming into bud. Masses of little buds on this. This is gorgeous little white flowers. And this is a similar one as well, that is more of a greener, yellowy one. They're doing brilliant. More echeverias sending out flower spikes there. Amazing to see. One of my aloe black gems. Again, this is more of the tougher aloes that's less likely to be attacked by slugs. And it goes a gorgeous bronzy colour in the sun, which is why it's called aloe black gem. Well, I assume it's Haworthia it comes under now. And more different type of crassulas here. Again, harder skinned Haworthias, the agaves. Agaves are loving this weather. Variegated gasteria I've had for a long time there. Another one of my aloes. Don't have the name of that one. But again, the thicker skinned aloes and gasterias and agaves, for example, are tough. So they're ones I will have out here. Loving it. And then a mixture on here. Oh, I'll show you what's at the back there. These are Prescias. I've got a few different varieties. Here, some of the green leaved ones, some of the lovely pinky peachy colour leaved ones, and these are actually very, very ancient cacti. They may not look like cacti because they're very leafy, but believe it, they are cacti. They're one of the leafy cacti. So I've got a few different types here. Absolutely lovely. They'll come in gorgeous colourful leaves when they get that lovely outdoors and the sun. Here more Puntia subulatas there, Ostracindra puntias. This is one of my very hardy aloes as well. This is called the aloe striata. Let me just check the name. Aloe, yes, striata. It's a very hardy one, and this one is one that can actually be grown outdoors in Ireland and the UK as well in winter. I mean, here more puntias. All different types here. Too many to show you because it would be a very, very long video. More Haworthia black gem here. And some of our other aloes, big tough ones. As you can see, these are like leather. So slugs are not going to attack these so easy. Very hard. And this one has took on the most gorgeous bronzy colour with the sun. Beautiful. And then down here I've got a mixture of echeverias, aeniums, and more agaves as well. A few of my aloes. Again, I've kept the aloes that I know are pretty tough against slugs out here. They're not fleshy ones as such. Same with the Haworthias. This one's not a fleshy one. So they're more easier to protect from slugs than my fleshy ones are. And here some of my Camaceras. They've been blooming gorgeous. And the little echeveria there. They had to cut back because it got sort of rot at the top. And it's sending out a new little shoot there. And this, guys, is my Brasilia Pontia basiliensis. I did a video before we moved house when I had to chop it because it was looking tall and lanky and it wasn't looking healthy. And this is all of the new shoots. And if you didn't see that video when we had to give it a big chop, I will link that video up above. Do go and watch it after you watch this one. You won't believe how it has really come back really well. Look at that. And of course these new pads is going to bush out, and this one I can keep into the greenhouse when we get it, because it's a tough one. It's a cold hardy one, so that's going to love it. It means we don't have to bring it into the house like we had to do before every winter because it was too tall for our polytunnel. This is going to be great now. We can keep it in the new greenhouse. And here we've got a mixture of other things. Crassulas go a little bit yellow, maybe a bit too much sun there. I may have to move that one. And this is the other little Brasilia puntia we had to cut back. Also sending new growth pads there. And the epiphyllums we've got, I'm going to got some over the other side I'll show you, but a lot of the bigger ones we've got here in the garden. And they have been a challenge to keep the slugs off, I have to say. But they're doing okay. And I know that when we get the new greenhouse, we can cut these back if we have to. But they're doing, this is my big Akamane that was doing, you know, they did have tons of buds when we first moved. Slugs ate the buds, so I have no flowers on my epiphyllums this year. Fuming. But the most important thing, the plants themselves are okay. Few bites taken out here and there, but nothing that they can't correct themselves. And epiphyllums are very easy to repropagate from the leaves, but the actual plants themselves seem to be doing okay, so fingers crossed. This is one of my lovely Aeniums, Lindleys, and this is packed with gorgeous golden little flowers as well. Never has it looked so good. It's beautiful. One of my mother of thousands. Again, a mixture here of many succulents. Echeverias, my lovely Patio, and that is sending out, I'm pretty sure, a flower spike. Then the flowers are so gorgeous and colourful on these Patio oviferums. They have a lovely deep red, so that is going to be a flower spike. I'm pretty sure that that's doing lovely there. This is a gorgeous Echeveria. Don't have the name for it, but it takes on the most gorgeous rosy pink coloration when it gets the sun, as you can see here. Many different types of Echeverias, Crassulas, sedums, all different types. Again, another Haworthia that's a thicker skinned one that slugs are not going to attack. Another thicker skinned aloe. And Gasterias, 2 out here. And then I've got my Adramistus. Now guys, what's funny with Adramistus is that when I had them in my polytunnel, I was sort of giving a bit of a break from watering during the midsummer time. But because I find in my experience they're more autumn growers, they're flourishing out here. They're all sending up flower spikes, every single one, and they're all fatty and plump. I've had to water them a bit as well because I say it has been dry up until last night. Last night's watering, they're really twice as plump as there was, sending out lovely spikes, flower spikes, lots of different types. It's just amazing to see. These lovely Echeverias, this Gasteria, taking on a lovely red appearance. Again, a very thick skinned one. One of my Trachocerases I got from my late friend Peter. And another little Haworthia again, or thicker skinned one. It's sending out little flower spikes here. And all different types here, more Crassulas. More Trichoceres, this one, the lovely Crassula silver dollar plant. Quite a selection of different things. These are all a lot of my Trichocereus that I've grown from seed here, or seedlings. And what's annoying, guys, is that I had them all labelled because the seeds are hybrids, all different types of Trichocereus hybrids. Labels went AWOL during the house move and some just crumbled. So unfortunately a lot of them are not labelled, but they are hybrids and doing very well out here. Another lovely agave. And this one, my Cubentia. This is doing very well now. This Cubentia is its own genus. It's very loosely sort of related to the Opuntia dacei family of Opuntias, but it's not in, it's actually not in that group. It does have glochids, but it's not in that group because it's its own genus, and it's a leafy shrub. And this was about this tall. But when we had that rubbishy plastic tent of a greenhouse we had a couple of months ago, I think I showed you all in the video, the cover was so rubbish and wobbly, plants blew off the shelves, and this was one that fell off and knocked the top off. So I put all the bits in here. They're all coming back and growing, and this is all the new growth, so it seems to have liked its accidental pruning. And then here's one of my lovely Mammillarias. It's the Mammillaria bombicina type, I think. That's loving it outdoors. Again, another my Mammillaria umpico, Mammillaria spinosima umpico, lovely white wiry spines. And here I have a mixture of, again, my hardier types of Gasteria and aloes and haworthias. They're less likely to be eaten by slugs. Sadly, slugs have attacked this one, so I may have to bring that one in also. But other than that, they're all pretty much surviving. Some cuttings I've got there, Silenicerius cuttings, all different varieties. And then my very, very tall, 8 foot high, Trichoceros pacanoid cross with Scopolecola has got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 hairy woolly buds. And I did include that in the last update. Can't really get in there to show you because I've got too many plants in front. But imagine the flowers on that, guys. When it flowers, that's going to be whoa. So I'm praying the buds don't fall off with the weather being sort of very dry. I've been making sure I've been watering that and not letting it dry out. And now then, here, this is our sort of patio. So obviously we've got plants everywhere. And obviously here, this is where we have a lot of our creme de la creme cacti, and they're all on tables, under tables, because they need protection if it does rain and when it does rain, which hasn't been very often, but this protects them from heavy rainfall. But I'll show you here what else is on the patio at the moment here. A mixture of many different types of plants. We've got our taller Cereus spiralis and our lovely Trichocereus here. Lovely. And Harrisia here. That's also got a bit of a, I think, sunburn attack on that. I'm not sure. But something happened to that one as well. Here we've got a mixture of a lot of our barrel cacti, all the globulars, or some of the globulars anyway. Echinocactus grusoni varieties here. And this Ferrocactus enormis, the one without the spines. Some more Ferrocacti, Echinopsis, and mixture of many golden ones here. Acanthoclysum violaceum, Denmosa, and Soherentia formosa, which is related to the Echinopsis, and Parodias, and this gorgeous twinned Mammillaria. Isn't that just beautiful? Mammillaria pringli, two heads on it, and that was gifted for us by my wonderful friend Danny Rose, as was all these other buttes as well here, doing very well. And mixture of everything really. My Oreocereus Trolli as well there. And then I'm going to show you, I'll take you back into the garden again now before I show you what's on the tables. And here we have Pilosocereus, Trichocereus, Oreocereus, some Pilosocereus, some Astrophytums here. These are my 2 big Astrophytums.
Hi.
Hello. My 2 big Astrophytums. This is Astrophytum myriostigma crossed with ornatum, and this one is Astrophytum ornatum. I've had these for nearly 30 years, if not 30 years, and they are loving it out here in the garden, getting the sunshine. And then I'll take you here, a mixture of different things again. More Echinopsis, another Astrophytum ornatum, my Mammillaria carmonera, sending out new growth here from the heads. Trichocereus turcheschi, Mammillaria red-headed Irishman. Lovely, look at that, and that's been flowering beautiful. My booby cactus, Cactus geometrizans. That is really loving it being outdoors. Gorgeous. I've never seen it look so plump as well. And my little monkey's tail, Cactus colidimutsi, one of them. This is one that's grown from seed, starting to come into bud for the first time as well there, which I'm very excited about. And yes, it does need to be repotted very soon. And then here a mixture of everything. Again, Euphorbia canariensis. And I've got some of my smaller euphorbias out here, but I've got a lot of my smaller ones inside in the house. again, because I want to protect them from excessive sun and most importantly from slugs. So I've only got the ones that are quite tough skinned out here at the moment. Like for example, I don't think slugs are going to attack this one because it's like leather. And then here's some of my mini Puntioids. There, a few different varieties. Some more Cereus cacti as well. Little patches Cereus pringly, lots of new growth. And this old big euphorbia here as well. Again, it's like a rock. And one of my lovely Cereus hildemanius here, but monstrose. You can see all the lovely new spines on that, with lovely ginger spines. And Euphorbia sudanica. It's actually starting to break open and starting to actually come into growth, because it's a bit of a late summer autumn one with coming out, sending out new leaves, because it sits dead for a while, but that's breaking out now and coming awake. One of my echinopsises that has turned into a cristate at the top. Wasn't when I got it, but over the years it got attacked by spider mite, and as a result the growing tip was damaged and it formed it to grow into a cristate, which has been amazing because it's added a little bit more character to it. And here one of my Sulcurabutias coming into bud, which I'm very happy about. And Echinopsis subdenudatus. These have been sending buds and the buds have been dropping. I think because it has been so hot, buds have been dropping and developing and dropping and developing. So hopefully I'll get some flowers. There's new buds coming on these, a new one on that. And this is my old Luctemburgia principis. It's a beauty, a big beauty. But this one is one I got from my late friend Bill quite a few years ago. So it's a very special old plant that he'd had for a long time. Again, taking on the lovely reddish glow with the sun. And this one here is a Cereus prunus. Hansi, what is the name of this one now? I can never remember. Cereus prunus I call it, but it's a
Limaria cereus.
Limaria cereus. Yeah, I was thinking it's a type of Cactus prunus. Gorgeous plum appearance with the sun on it. It really takes on that appearance. More mammillarias bending over as they do in bud. And my lovely little Rebutia albipilosa. And although this hasn't bloomed this year, which is disappointing, it has sent out lots of pups, loads of new growth, as you can see here, all the new heads, and this is doing very well. So my Apuntias, this is actually one of the Apuntias I had when I was 12 years old. All cuttings, the Apuntia minima, not maxima, minima, and it is a tiny little padded variety. What cutie. And then here, I have to crawl on my knees. Oh, nearly knocked a plant over then, guys. Oh my gosh. See what I'm up against. I've got Hansi helping me film because I'm having to get on my hands and knees to show you the plants, because it is just cacti and succulents everywhere. Now this is a big labivia that we got from our late friend Leonard last year, and this is a beauty. Again, it was all in bud, but the buds dropped off, I think because it's just been intensely sunny. As I mentioned, when they were in my polytunnel, they were protected because the cover had UV protection and it was slightly frosted. They're exposed here completely, so I can't really protect them. I thought it'd be the rain that'd be the problem, but it's actually been the sun, believe it or not. Not that I'm complaining, as I mentioned. But this is also sending out new buds again now, so fingers crossed this could all bloom. And here, Gymnoclysiums. This one has been blooming gorgeous. That's beautiful, beautiful flowers on that one. I think I shared the flowers on the last flower update, but I've been taking video clips anyway. I'm going to put for the July update because I've had a lot blooming. Gymnoclysum saglionis, 3 lovely big buds on that. Beautiful plant here. And then I'll take you now onto the, mustn't forget this one. Now this is one of the lovely golden Cereuses here, absolutely beautiful. And loving it in the sun. It's all the new growth on here, and 2 little small marginatuses. This one, cute little cuties. Marginatus cereus, marginatus variety gemmatus. Absolutely gorgeous there. And yep, Weebio cereus johnsoni. I was trying to remember the name of this off the top of my head. I know it's a funny name. Weebio cereus johnsoni, the gorgeous golden one here. I have to write everything down because sometimes it slips me. And this is the top part of it, guys. This was actually all part of the one tall plant, and it fell over. I think it was during the house move last snapped in half. So this is the cutting part, and this has got the 2 new heads growing from the top, and this was the top cutting that is doing very well. Now then, we're on to the tables. And we still have a bit more in the garden, so I'm going to show you. Now, before I show you what's on the tables, I'll show you, this is my sort of epiphytic corner with a lot of epiphytes, especially Ripsalis, that do need to have a bit more shade. And this is the only really place I can have them to protect them from shade. So lots of different types. I've got my zigzag cactus putting out loads of new growth there. And a lot of my Ripsalis here, sending out new growth. Some of my other Ripsalis that I used to have hanging up when I had the polytunnel at the other house, all sort of a little bit yellowish because they're getting plenty, a little bit too much sun for their liking. But as I say, it's not often we get summers like this. And my dragon fruits, they seem to be really loving it because they can take the sun. My Porocactus flagelliformis as well. And also here, yeah, oh yes, guess what, guys? This is my Ripsalis, Ripsalis crispata, and that has been, look at that, packed with buds, and it is blooming, little tiny little white flowers. It's normally a winter bloomer for me, but it's been blooming now, and it's absolutely gorgeous little flowers here. Tons of them, loads of new growth as well. Look at all that new growth coming on it. Lovely. And then I have my Brugmansia, which I'm very happy because it is actually coming into flower for the first time. We've had this about 4 years, and it's never bloomed before, so look at that. That's going to be amazing to see that blooming. Not a cactus or succulent, but I can't not mention that. And a lovely Clyster cactus, one of Hansi's here. And my Mammillaria formosa that has been blooming gorgeous recently, which I'm very happy because it hadn't bloomed for a few years. And to see it bloom, I'm very, very happy. I just love this gorgeous, gorgeous cactus. Anyway, just wanted to share what is on this side here. So then where do I start with here with the tables? No, maybe I start with this. This is where I've got the majority, well, practically a lot of my Lophophora collection, Ariocarpus, and a mixture of a few other ones. Some of my smaller astrophytums here as well. And that's because I want to keep these, even though we haven't really had much rain this spring or summer, I do want to be in control of the watering. So I have them under the table. When this gets sun early in the morning up until sort of mid-afternoon, so the sun comes right through over the tables to get plenty of sun. A lot of them been flowering. I do sometimes move some of them out a little bit onto the other table to get longer sun in the day, but they're doing very well here as well. And different types of lofts, many different types here. Got some Ferrocactus at the back. Some of my my astrophytums here, and I'll just bring this one to the front so you can see it as well. Some special, these are my sort of creme de la creme. I have some smaller astrophytums that I got from my wonderful friend Daz at Cacti Mania that I have in my bedroom window, and I'll actually do a video clip and show you them after I've done this so you can see them. They're little tiny Astrophytum mysteriouses, and they're doing well. I've got a larger one here. I've got Astrophytum myriostigmas as well, and Astrophytum senilis, variety aureum there, that is coming into bud for the first time for me. So I'm mega excited. And just look at these awesome big long yellow spines, guys. This is one that I got from my wonderful friend Derek. And Derek Klusky, who's another grower here in Ireland, and he's an astrophytum expert, guys. You ought to see his astrophytum collection. To grow these cacti in Ireland is challenging, especially astrophytums, but he's amazing. And this was one he very kindly gave to me, and it's coming into bud for the first time. Awesome golden spines. This one is also one from Derek as well. Beautiful, and it's twin buds. It has been flowering as well recently, and it's come back into double bud again. And more mixture, different astros here as well. This one was also from Derek. This is Astrophytum onzuko variety Fukuyu. Just check I'm pronouncing that right. Yep, Fukuryu. Onzuku Fukuryu. Oh my golly, this is an amazing one that has the lovely bumps all on it. Gorgeous. And this is a very special one that I got from Derek as well. I think this one is actually grown from seed himself. Astrophyta myriostigma of a cultivar Rockatusu, and it's a little small miniature one. It's gorgeous little one there. Very beautiful. One of the Japanese sort of cultivars. And another Astrophytum as well from Derek. Astrophytum Capricorn variety Buffalo. Takes on a lovely reddish appearance and lovely big, awesome, typical sort of the Capricorn spines, but lovely brown, beautiful spines on that. And this gorgeous Echeveria Rosalia cristata. It's a cristrate form. This was given to me by my very wonderful friend John, who lives here in Ireland in Knock in County Mayo. So John, if you're watching this, look at it now. It has doubled in size, and just look at the head on that. It's absolutely gorgeous. And again, a mixture of many different types here. Neoporteria here that I also got from my wonderful friend Daz. It's doing very well. And then on this table I have got a mixture of everything. And it's probably too complicated to go into everything, but there's some of my other euphorbias that are a bit more tougher against things like slugs and that. This one got sunburn. This is a mammillaria, and it got attacked by slugs. You can see the top. So like an idiot, I put it into the sun hoping it would dry out a bit, and it got sunburn around here, but it will recover. And this gorgeous lovely Cactus winterii cristata is amazing. It's growing like a big brain. I got this from my wonderful friend Danny as well. Little Mammillaria sinalis I got from Daz. And mixture of many different types here, as you can see. Seedlings, Notocactus rosaletus that I grown from seed that are absolutely desperado to be separated and potted up. So that is definitely a job I have to do soon. As you can see, they're bulging out of their pots. Tons of repottings I have to do, guys. And also different here, Mammillarias, Echinopsis, another little gymno, Spagenzi there, and one of the Pleiopiliasis, Fralias here. These I got from my wonderful friend Daz as well at Cacti Mania, and they're doing very well, absolutely gorgeous. And then here I have some of my tougher also euphorbias, thicker skinned as I say. That is my euphorbia Bayoensis. I had to remember them. Bayoensis there, gorgeous. And another euphorbia here. More euphorbias. And some more little cuties there. Many I got from Daz and Edith, the Cacti Mania. Here, different ones as well. This little gorgeous little crassula I got from my friend Patricia not too long ago. And this is Crassula Crassula marchidensa. Oh, so look without my glasses. Marchidensa. That's absolutely gorgeous little one. And again here, I love another lovely clyster cactus, Vulpes corda, and that is coming into bud. So a mixture of all different types here. Yes, I should say, Yachinocerius adjustus. Nice big bud on that one. And here I have my copperpoas, and they're sort of loving it by the coast because they're coastal plants anyway, copperpoas. But they actually grow in the Akatama Desert, which is the driest desert in the whole of the world. So these do need to be protected, obviously, from rain. So I'm very careful with these. So they're sort of loving this summer that we're having that's been very dry and sunny. They're sort of thriving. And here I've got my Neoporteria as well. It's been blooming, another bud on it too. These are my little Clytocactus jugensis seedlings that I sowed, must be about 10 years ago. 2018 was it? No, it was longer than that. I think it's more like, it says 2018 in there, but that's not true. It was more like 2015 because I was living in the other place at that time. And these also seem to be fattening up lovely after having a good watering with the rain last night. So they're doing very well here. And more Clytocactus cuttings there. Another Gymnomya novinci. That has got a gorgeous big flower bud on it. And lots more in the top there. And my very old multi-headed gorgeous Lophophora williamsi. that I got from my wonderful friend Stephen. And I did do a video the other day about this stunning beauty that Stephen very generously gave to me, because I don't know how old this is, but it must be decades old. I mean, you see the size of it in my hand. It's absolutely beautiful, and that has been blooming beautiful too. My saguaro cactus, Conagy gigante, that is probably now about 12 years old, still quite small, but that's got loads of new growth at the top there. Another astrophytum, now this is obviously an astrophytum myriostigma, probably a Capricorn type, but it's not. It is a hybrid, and it was labelled, and it was given to me by my wonderful friend Derek Klusky again, and I lost the label, but it's a myriostigma variety crossed with another one, and I will find the label somewhere. But this has been blooming gorgeous, loads of buds on that. And then here I have my big old Espostoa, and this is an absolute beauty. Had this for years as well, been loving it here outdoors, sending out the lovely new big pop here as well. These have to be protected from rain. They're lovely sort of wispy hair, also what gathers the dew in their natural habitats. So these, when we do get a wee bit of rain, I do protect them, so I'm in control of the watering, because these are very rot prone if you just leave them out. So although we had rain last night, these are ones I took under the table to protect them, so I'm watering them manually because of that. This one is a Phaloceres sinalis, again sensitive to rain, too much rain. They need watering obviously, but I've been protecting them, so I'm in control of them. But this is doing well. This one is one I've had for a very long time as well, and I nicknamed this one Einstein because of its sort of lovely wispy white hair. This one I've probably, when I say 30 years, it's an estimate. It must be going on for that, because I was in my early 20s when I got them, and I'm now in nearly mid-50s, so you can imagine. And then I'll take you around here to show you my creeping devil. And this is oh yeah, no, gosh guys, I'll show you that, then I'll come back to this. How on earth could I miss this one? Yes, I'm all over the place when I'm doing my updates, because I get excited when I see so many buds. This is a Stenocactus iruka, commonly known as the creeping devil, and this one is one that grows obviously on the coast in very sandy soils, and it's called the creeping devil because it grows along and long and long, dies back at the end, and then carries on sending the shoots, new little roots. This is actually the new part of the plant that will creep along, and you may have seen them in natural habitats, in photographs, or at botanical gardens. It's an amazing plant, again one that is sensitive to too much water, so I have to protect this one. It was one I also protected last night when we had the heavy rains, so I've been manually keeping an eye on that with watering. But it's an awesome plant, not commonly seen in collections, so it's very, very special. Again, one I got from my late friend Leonard about a year and a half ago now, so this is a wonderful addition to having the collection. And now guys, I'm just going to show you, well, before I show you this, I'm going to show you my very big golden barrel. This I've had for decades as well. It's a big old golden barrel, very common in collections. Echinocactus grusoni. And this I've also had probably 30 years, let's say 28, 29, 30 years around that. And it is really loving it outdoors this year. It's a big one. And then this, one of my favourite cacti in my collection, and I know it's a favourite with a lot of you, a Cactus colodimonsis, commonly known as the monkey's tail cactus. And this has absolutely done unbelievable this year. Look how many buds are on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there is another one on here somewhere. Yeah, 11. So, then look more. 12, 13. So this is going to be bursting in flowers. I always get 2 or 3 or 4. Oh, there's another one as well. Look, just come up. I usually get 2 or 3 or 4 flowers every year on this. It does very well for me. I usually have it hanging up when we had the polytunnel. But it's loved being outdoors and this sunshine. And I've never seen so many flowers on it. It is, well, buds I should say. So it's going to be an abundance of flowers. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that, guys, because this is just one of my favourites. Now then, I've also got all this underneath to show you. Now, this is my Cactus winterii. And this is also in bud. I'll just turn it around. 3 lovely buds there, and that always has gorgeous salmony coloured flowers in the summer. So happy to see that in bud as well. I've had this a very long time, and I've had to prune it back because it seems to have this habit of the old stems sometimes die back, and it gets a bit of dieback, and I have to cut the dead stems off. But then it reshoots, as you can see here, all these new stems again, and recovers well. Awesome plant. So then, now I'm going to show you what I've got under the tables. Now guys, these are my giants, my very tall, serious cactus plants. As you can see, they're taller than me, many of them. And I have a very, very tall Pilosacerius azaleus that is probably about, coming up for about 9 feet high. And yes, we're going to have to give it the chop at the end of the summer. Chop it off, and propagate the top part, and let the part that we've cut regrow again, because it's going to be way too tall for our greenhouse. It has grown so much this summer, has to be chopped. But while we've got it here outside, we're enjoying the height of it. It's amazing. And this Pachysarius marginatus, and this one has grown so much this season as well. It's really took on some height because it's loving being outdoors. This I have my Trichoserius pacanoides and Trichoserius regesses here, and also Dipruvianus, which is this one here, the very spiny one. I've got 3 different types of Trichoserius peruvianus here, all these spiky ones. It's amazing. And then here, Trichoserius scopolicolas, also different types of Cereus. This is Cereus fulbesi, more Trichoserius here. And then big Pachysarius Kringley here again, about an inch taller than me, and one I've had for a very, very long time also here. And this one here is this is a big Trichoserius that Onzi has grown from seed back in 1973. So you can imagine it is actually, it is 52 years old. And look at the height of it compared to me, guys. You can see the actual height of it. It is an absolute oldie. It's probably about 8 feet high. Well, 7 feet anyway. It is very old. All grown from seed all them years ago when Hansi lived in Sweden. It's remarkable. So that's the tally ones. And I'm going to take you back down here onto floor level and show you the ones we've got on the floor level. So then, that's the giants, the very tall giants. And then I'll show you here what we've got here on more ground level. So here again, more Trichoserius varieties here, and another marginatus here. Trichoserius again. This is one of their grandifloruses. I've got a very big one in the garden, so I'm going to show you. Probably ends with that one. Another Trichoserius, some Echinopsis pups there. And another marginatus. And this is my old Euphorbia horrida that I've had for a long time as well. Again, this is a tough euphorbia, so no slugs are going to attack this. So this is one of the ones I keep outside. It's also one of the very few euphorbias that are actually cold hardy. This is one that I would overwinter when I had my polytunnel at 5 Celsius. So this is one that's going to be going into the greenhouse when we get the greenhouse for the winter. Because this can cope with 5 Celsius, 41 Fahrenheit. It's one of the very few euphorbias that can. So a very cold hardy euphorbia. But euphorbias in general are not cold hardy, so bear that in mind. So I take them all into the house anyway for winter. But this is one I keep out. And look how lovely and red it's gone with the sun. All these new little shootings here, and this is all that's been flowering as well. Sends out these little red flower spikes when it flowers with lovely little golden flowers on. Doing really well. And this is the variegated form as well. Again, I keep that I'll put this into the greenhouse too. Again, in my experience, cold hardy. Sometimes variegated ones are not meant to be as much, but this one did well in the polytunnel last year. Now guys, wait till you see the spines on this Trichoserius. This is one that I got from my wonderful friend Stephen as well last year, sort of early last year, from his late father Leonard. And just look at them spines, razor long and sharp. What an awesome beaut. It's absolutely gorgeous. And these are the fleshy sort of jelly new spines growing from the top. Just look at it from that angle. It's an amazing Trichoserius there. Awesome, stunner. And this other one as well is what we also got from Stephen from his late father. Very beautiful. Again, lovely spines on the top, all the fleshy new. I love the way the spines grow sort of fleshy and jelly, then they harden up as they mature. Beautiful, beautiful Trichocereus. Amazing, just look at the length of them. And my Trichocereus bugesi monstrose, again, they're doing very well. And this is a Euphorbia milli tie giant. Again, a euphorbia that is quite tough out here. And they're lovely leafy, big, larger variety. I have more millis, Euphorbia millis, in the house, but they're ones that are a bit more sensitive that I've got indoors. Anyway, Pringly, as I showed you earlier, and more Trichocereus. These are what I got from Trichocereus UK, from the awesome Dave and Byron at Cactucereus UK, as they're known now. Lovely big cuts, and they have grown so much. This was the original size of them, and look how much it's grown since. Again, that was the cuts, and this has grown so much since. And yes, they are absolutely desperate to be repotted, but obviously until we get the greenhouse, they're sort of better being slightly underpotted. Well, quite underpotted at the moment, because if it does happen to rain, they are protected because they are in smaller pots. But as soon as we get the greenhouse, I'm going to be potting these up into big monster pots, or I might pot them up before them and keep them a little bit protected in case we do get heavy rains. But Trichocereus in general, I find, can pretty much take rain at this time of year, no bother. And this one is not looking so good. This is my Cereus Jamacaro cuddly cactus, and it suffered from sunburn when we moved, because although we moved to the end of April, for April it was, again, this hot weather has been going on for many weeks, and it was very sunny, and even though I put this in a shady spot, it still got hit by sunburn and died back at the top, so I had to prune it back. It's stopped now, and this is sort of doing okay, but such a shame, because there's plants that I always try to protect, but you don't expect them to be hit by sunburn. We don't normally get that type of intense sun at the time of year that we did. So now then, I've done on the tables here, so I'm going to show you what we have got underneath. Whew, there's a lot, guys. Hope you're enjoying that cup of tea and you're relaxing here. More Puntia minimas there. These are all cuttings as well, but very difficult to try to get to roots. So this is from my old plant that I've had since I was 12 years old, and doing my best to try and reroot these, because they're not easy, but this pot seems to have done quite well. Here I've got some more little echinopsises here, and Espos tuopsis that I got from my wonderful friend Danny. They're doing well out here. I've got 4 of these awesome buttes. Here's Euphorbia mammillaris variegato. I've got 2 of these growing like snakes. Again, a tougher skinned sort of Euphorbia that seems to be doing okay out here. Mixture as well. I got my Telecactus bicolor, Stenocactus, Matucana. All different varieties of plants. Mammillarias, Echinopsises, Mammillaria matudae here, that I got from my wonderful friend Stephen from Kenilworth, doing well here. Gymnos, a mixture of everything, Mammillarias, Parodias, Telocactus, another Astrophytum. This is my Astrophytum nudum, but it got a bit of too much sun, so I put it under the table to get it a little bit more shade. As you can see, it's blushing a little bit. Tends to do that anyway when it gets plenty of sun, but I wanted to protect it so it doesn't get too much sun. Never thought I'd have to worry about too much sun in Ireland, but it's been a very hot sunny summer. A mixture of all different ones here. My lovely big Telocactus there, Stenocactus, many sort of more buds coming up. Gymno, Stenocactus under the table here. Gymno also in bud there, another Telocactus. Telocactus, one of my Gymno horses getting a bit yellow, so I've put that in a bit more shade underneath the table, because again, getting a little bit too much sun because it's been so hot, guys. The Gymno there coming into bud. A Telocactus setispinuses, I've got 3 of these. also seem to get a little bit of, when they were out, you can see they've got a little bit pale from too much sun. So this is a little bit more shade for them under the table here. Mammillaria longimamas there. Some little Perogia seedlings all under here, and then I'll take you around the other side to show you what I've got around there. My Ocotillo as well here. By the way guys, all that white powder is diatomaceous surf because it's been working really well. I've been sprinkling all the diatomaceous surf around the tables to prevent the slugs, which seems to be doing a really good job because it sort of deters them going over with their mucus bodies. So I'll do a video probably on how I've been quite happy with the diatomaceous surf with using it against the slugs, so stay tuned for that. And seedlings that are way beyond the Labivia seedlings, way beyond the seedling stage, they also need to be potted up as well. And my awesome Opuntia vestitas. This is a gorgeous cristata one, and a lovely Ostracindia vestita there from the wonderful Ziggy at Ziggy's Cactus channel here on YouTube. They are doing very well, and Ziggy's vestitas actually do a little dance, and I'm going to show a link up above to a video of Ziggy's Ostracindia puntias vestitas doing a little dance. They actually do move, guys. Do go and watch that video after this one. You will be amazed. Now, I haven't actually seen mine doing a dance, but I do notice mine does move. Sometimes in the evening it would look like it does now, and then the following morning it would bent over to a different angle on the side flopping. So I'll try and film that at some point because it's starting to do its little dance like Ziggy's now. And here's some more little small ones there. More gymnos. Here are some of my, this is a lovely little mini Opuntia from my wonderful friend Danny. That's gorgeous too. And another one of my Echinopsises in bud. This is a little Puna clavoides, Ostracindia Opuntia clavoides, also known as Puna. Little miniature one, doing well there. And more miniature Opuntioids as well. Gorgeous little tephros. And Patio Cactus here, another one. More miniature ones as well, more mini gymnos here. Little cuties. And so I've got some more gymnos and that I got from Wonderful Daz. So I'll take you up after this before I show you the rest. Finish off in the garden. I'll show you the other lovely, gorgeous little cuties that Daz sent me as well. They're all coming into bud at the moment. I've got them up in my bedroom window, so although they're not in the coastal garden, I want to include them because a lot of them are coming into bud as well. A little Perogia coming into bud there. Echinocereus gentries. These are a cross pollination between these two gentries, and we gave the seeds to Daz, and Daz germinated them for us and gave us these two back. So anyway, there's a whole story to that, but I have made a repotting video of this that I actually put on the other day. So if you didn't see it, watch it also, and I'll link that video up above. You'll be amazed, guys. So they're settling in really well into the new pots. And our lovely Perogia magnificas. Here's a beautiful Perogia warsii magnifica. The warsii is in awesome bud. It has been blooming also for the past couple of months or so. And my big Perogia magnifica has absolutely packed with buds, as you can see there. Buds all around. Again, a very old plant I've had for a long time. Another little Perogia magnifica there with buds. Gymnos. Selenicereus not looking so good. They look very scabby because sadly they got spider mite at the old place where we used to live. And they are recovering, and I think the fresh air is doing them good, but they do look pretty bad at the moment. So take you around here to show you these. More Echinopsis, more little gymnos in bud, loads in bud, Echinopsis in bud, Perogias in bud, more Echinopsises in bud, tons in bud, so they're going to be blooming amazing soon. More in bud, some more Ferros, Armillarias, all doing well. I'm bound to have missed some out because there's just so many. And normally when I do the polytunnel updates, the plants are pretty much all in one place. But because we have them in the garden, they're sort of here, there and everywhere, as you can imagine. So I'm going to take you upstairs now into the bedroom window and show you all the little cuties, the little gymnos all coming into bud. that we got from the wonderful Daz. Now these aren't in the garden, but they're in our little bedroom window here. Lots of different types of gorgeous little cacti that I got from Daz and Edith at Cacti Mania here on YouTube. All little cuties, all doing really well. These are ones I keep in the bedroom window because it's in a very sunny position here, and it's nice to have some cacti as well in the house. Some gymnos, and many of them are all coming into bud. Look at that, lots of buds there, and all the other ones are going to be repotting some of these gorgeous little cuties very soon. This little Turbinocarpus swobidae I got from my wonderful friend Danny. Also 2 little buds on that as well. And more buds on these gorgeous gymnos. Gymno Friedrichi Aqua Dulce. Beautiful. And the lovely Obligona denigri I got from Daz as well. It's doing really, really well here. This is absolutely growing well. I'm really happy about. As you can see, it's lovely. And these gorgeous little cute little Astrophyta mysterias. All seedlings grown from Daz also. They're absolutely so cute. And this one as well from Daz, Super Kabuto. Very special little Astrophyta mysterious. And more gymnos as well, my Havinches. Also in bud, and this one has been blooming gorgeous. And more with buds, and this one is gorgeous. This is the variegated My Havinchi, also from Daz, and not only is the variegation gorgeous, but this is flowering, and this has actually been flowering pretty much constantly for weeks. As soon as one flower goes, another one opens. So Daz, look at that, what a stunner. Beautiful. And as you may have seen, I also have quite a lot more of Daz's gorgeous little cacti cuties, also on the tables as well outside. So I've got a selection of quite a few in the house and also outside. Absolute beauts. Now this is one of my epiphyllums, Epiphyllum Madeline. An example here how slugs really seem to love the epiphyllums. Very annoying, but it's doing okay, and it's seems to be liking it outdoors here anyway. And now I'm going to take you into the middle part that we've got here. So first of all, this is another one of my Prodias. Prodia Warsea, and a multi-pupped one. This I've had for an extremely long time, probably around the 30 years as well. Also showing signs of coming into bud. There you can clearly see. So that's going to be, it was actually blooming earlier on as well, about a month or so ago. And see, rebudding again is really good news. And here I have my Ferrocacti. This one is my multi-headed specimen. I've done a lot of videos about this. Again, probably about around the 30 years I've had this. And it was originally just one small head. And it got rot at the top, and I had to cut the top off. And because the growing tip was obviously cut, it sprouted these 3 big heads. And they've grown very large over time. So the fact it's got 3 heads on it makes it extra special. Gorgeous red spines, and it's put out a lot of growth this summer because it's been outdoors. You can see there the lovely red new spines coming up in the middle. It's really grown. Normally when I have it in the polytunnel, it doesn't seem to do a lot. It's been quite slow growing, but this summer being out here, probably as well because it's been so sunny and with warm temperatures as well, it's just loved it. And then I have here another Ferrocactus that I've also had for a very long time too. Again, loads of new growth there. We had as I say, a heavy rainfall last night, and this has really, actually just one night. And because it's quite windy where we live here on the coast, plants dry out quick when it does rain, which is great because obviously cacti don't like to be sitting in soggy, wet soil, even if it's rainwater for long, but they dry out quick when we do get rain, even in big pots like this, so it's loving it. Now here I've got my, one of my Echinopsises with 2 big hairy buds here. And more, as you can see, the makings of many more buds coming on this. So these have beautiful big white flowers. So it's lovely to see the big hairy buds on this. My monkeys, monkey trees. And these are what I've grown from seed back in 2014. So they're 11 years old now. And these are just gorgeous. I've got 4 of them. I had a lot more when I sowed them from seed, but I gave quite a few away. But I've kept these 4. Obviously, they're too large growing trees to be able to plant out in our garden. So I'm going to keep hold of them for as long as I can before I have to give them away to be planted out into special gardens. But it's very, very gorgeous. Lovely new growth on this. Here we have some large aloe veras as well, taking on that lovely pink appearance out here with the sun. This is Hans's old plant that he's had for many years as well. So probably over 30 years anyway he's had this. We've had to separate it all into separate bowls. Another monkey tree here, absolutely gorgeous. And then here, mixture of everything. Some are puntias again. One of my other monkeys, as I say, I've got 4 of them. My little apple tree that had grown from seed. This is going to be planted out in our garden when we've got the greenhouse. So we can't plant any of our garden plants out till the greenhouse is put up, because that has to be done first, obviously. But we're going to be very busy probably in the autumn time, fall time. We're going to be mega busy with everything. And this is my big outdoor bromeliad, this one. So this one has, towards the autumn time, early winter, it has a gorgeous red coloration. It's sort of taking on a bit of the red tips, as you can see there, and it comes into lovely flower. This is also going to be planted out in the garden too. And my big agave filifera, I've had this for a very long time, as you can imagine. They're loving it, being outdoors here. I'm going to finish on my old, again probably around 30 years I've had this, Trichoceros grandiflorus red star, and it grows like a snake. That's the main point that when I first got it, it was upright and it's leaned over the years. And these are all the pups, and it has been blooming all over the summer. Flowers, more buds here, and there's a big bud here that's going to open soon. And I did actually upload a video not too long ago of buds to blooms of this beautiful Trichoceros grandiflorus red star, and that's when it was flowering last. These are all coming up again with more buds. Never ever has it ever had so many buds, ever. It's loving it being outdoors. And I think with all the buds, I think the weather has really helped. I'm sure if you're in Ireland or the UK, you've got to agree, you've probably noticed a massive difference with the flowering on your cacti and succulents this year. If we still had the polytunnel, I think we'd have had tons more flowers. It's not because they're outdoors. What's happened because of the house move, plants have been moved from their position, moved multiple times in the garden. But despite that, I'm really happy with the amount of flowers that we have had. So that's blooming amazing. Look at that, it's going to be blooming again. So then guys, I hope you enjoyed the extra long cacti and succulent collection that we have here in our coastal garden. And hopefully it won't be too long now when we have the greenhouse base fitted. We've been in contact with the lovely guy. He's going to try and fit us in as soon as he's got time. And then a month or so after that, we'll have the greenhouse put up, and all of these then are going to be going in the greenhouse. Well, not the garden plants, they're going to be planted out, but all of the cacti and succulents, other than the Pilosacerius that will be coming in the house, and some of the other smallies. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this long of the video, then well done to you. And thank you all a million times for watching, your amazing comments. I may not always have time because it's a very busy time for me at the moment with everything, as you can imagine. So if I don't reply to comments on videos straight away, maybe a week, 2 weeks or so, even a bit longer after, I do read them, and I sit down and dedicate a day where I can sit and reply to them all. So bear that in mind if I don't reply straight away. But thank you all for your amazing comments. I'll get back to you when I can. If you haven't done already, please do subscribe and click the notification bell. Follow me on Insta, Twitter and Facebook at Desert Plants of Avalon. And I want to wish you all the most incredible cactus-powered day.